Because of the paucity of time, we'll just take two questions, one for Chandan sir and the other for Mithil sir. If we may have someone from the audience, please, for a quick question. Anyone, please? No one. But in the interim, I have one question, and maybe we'll end the session with that. While we know under GST there is a particular section that goes on to say that the burden of proof is on the assessee when it's claiming ITC. On the contrary, if there is a particular acquisition made by a departmental officer, is there any such statutory provision in the law where the burden of proving the same lies on the revenue officer? And the question is to both of you.
See, I'll answer first very briefly because Mithil Sahab is going to burnish it with the legal things. So, the burden of proof itself is a thing which probably, in my own personal view, is too onerous to discharge. In the customs where we work, there was a reason for its presence. You catch a passenger coming out from the airport with gold, not gold brick and all, gold watches. And he's supposed to be paying duty, and it used to be heavy duty in those days. Now the burden of proof is on you to present the invoices of say Dubai or Sharjah if you're coming from the Air Arabia flight. Now you try to import that into the what we call the city rates, where you go to a shop which has goods which are foreign goods, and you ask him, give me evidence of the way it was imported from outside the country. You probably will not have it. We don't not implement it. What I think you meant was when these thousands and thousands of show causes were given, comparing it with Form 26AS. And Mithil Sahab was very right when he said, our officers have issued the show causes, and what are the show causes? The 1.5 page show causes. What do they say? They say, we have checked your Form 26AS, TDS, इतना आपका income आ रहा है section 194C इतने में, which means your taxable value is 110 crores. Now we have picked up both your ST3s. We find you declared 1 crore. 99 crores is evasion. Now 74 वाला proviso 73 का extended clause भी उसमें लग जाएगा. It will be given to you with a demand of say 10 crores. Is it fair? Let's not go there. Burden of proof. What does it mean? You present to the taxpayer, look, 100 crores missing, 55 crores is my sale of land, 40 crores is sale of goods, जिसमें मैंने VAT दिया हुआ है, 5 crores, I'm conscious of every penny of this 100 crores, 5 crores is subject to reverse charge mechanism, GTA, as you were asking the gentleman. What is left is 1.2 crore. Yeah, I've missed 20 lakhs, I'll pay the amount on that. Now, is this a big deal for someone to answer? Yes, it should not be. The more, I would say, the more absurd an accusation, the easier it should be to answer it. Why, accord words to it like burden of proof and all? Yes, you may question, how can you even issue an SCN like that? Perfectly correct. But then, once the SCN is issued, it needs to be answered or it needs to be quashed. Both have been done. But I really don't think that we should go too much into the fact why such SCNs were issued. They were a one-time phenomenon. It was a period of 3 years when income tax gave hundreds and thousands of the 26AS things, and like the fake invoice drive which is going on, it was a 2-year exercise. So large such numbers of show causes were issued. In hindsight, people can have different views. But if you are assisting your clients, probably it should not be very difficult to give the data of what was there.
So far as burden of proof is concerned, if you read the Supreme Court judgment, it's one line is that the burden lies on the person who alleges it. If the department alleges, the burden is proof on the department only. Then onus shift on me to counter that. It is not other way around. In fact, the example which Principal Commissioner has given, in process of that, if you just read the last week, the Allahabad High Court directions, you stop issuing, and they ask the commissioner to issue a direction, no notice shall be issued to advocates Similar direction was issued by Justice Muralidhar as Chief Justice of Odisha High Court. In fact, the Service Tax Department or the GST Department in process has issued notices to the judges, to the advocates, everyone. So saying that my 26AX, that obviously with the blind eyes you will issue the notice, that is not the law permit. They have to investigate on the saying that this is the last date. They can't run away from their duty. Therefore, they have to investigate who is the assessee. Like in one example, just I am quoting, the Calcutta-based assessee, a commissioner, issued 49 crore rupees notice on the basis of 26AX in Ghaziabad. Whereas his assessment was already done. They never bothered even to verify. Therefore, this blind things which is being done, that is the worry of the assessee. Notice the worry, those who are really tax evaders. For tax evaders, advocate comes, chartered accountant comes to defend this way, that is case we have to set aside. Large chunk of the assessee I going throughout the country is the abuse of power, not because of evasions. That is the point. Therefore, the burden, despite that, what is written in the law, in case of ITC, burden lies on me. The burden lies on me in everything. If I owes this pen, burden lies on me. But that does not mean the officer can ask me anything and everything. So therefore, despite that provision in the law about the ITC, burden lies on the officers. If he say, no, this is the fake, it is not on me, because I already give him the, what invoice I have, what I will give to him, payments I have made. He said, no, that assessee is run away. It is found non-existence today, not in the day when I fly in the Kingfisher. He ran away today, not in the day when I fly in the Jet Airways. Today, tomorrow, SpiceJet may also run away. Go Air has already gone. That is not in my control. I have to keep tab on my, the supplier of the service. Therefore, if you read the recent judgment under the VAT Act, that is quite dangerous from the Supreme Court, but that has nothing to do with the GST law, my understanding. That section 70 or 75 of the Karnataka VAT Act is totally differently drafted. And that too, probably if it would have been argued that, where is the officer who has asked me all these things? I can't think everything I have to give. Officer, burden is that officer should ask, let you provide me the invoice, I will provide. Officer should ask, let you provide me the e-way bill, I will provide. But otherwise, I have in my possession whatever I should have. In fact, they have in their possession. E-way bill is on the portal. E-invoice is on the portal. Is it not? Return is on the portal. 2A is reflecting. Everything is still, they said that nobody in the earth can satisfy the officer. If somebody said, no, this assessee is, taking the illegal credit because that is run away, that they said he has not paid. Let me put in this way, sir, Justice, Mr. Misra was the, SK Misra was the board member in 2003. And a provision was made in the service tax credit rule. So I was a speaker and he was, with me. I said, आपने service tax में एक rule बनाया है कि if you have paid the value of the service along with the tax to the service provider, but the department found that after collecting tax he has not paid the tax to the government, then we will ask you to repay that credit along with interest and penalty. मैंने कहा, for my reading, it is absolutely illegal law you are making. You say he has killed someone, but I can't found him or he is not paying that, so you should go in jail. And he omit that provision immediately, after a week or so. I said, how you can put me? I gave an example. I have a telephone from MTNL, and I have a superintendent said, Mr. Mittal, ये 50 रुपए का credit है, ये जमा नहीं कराया MTNL ने. I called the CMD, said कि आपके accounts वालों को बोलो मेरे को चालान दे. He has given me चालान of 5 crores. Superintendent say, इसमें आपका 50 रुपया नहीं है. अब जैसे वो मित्तल साहब का हर टेलीफोन का अलग से चालान जमा करा के आएगा, वो भी इनपुट टैक्स क्रेडिट लेता है. तो these all are too much. I am talking about at the ground reality, and I am paying the highest tax in this country. Let me tell you, I am not supporter of the tax evader at all. I am totally against the officers, those who are 100% abusing the power. In the name of someone, they issued 30 summons in a year to one assessee. जब भी उनको लगता है कि बस बुलाना है, summon issue कर दो. No, मैं कहता हूं निर्मला सीतारमण जी को 10 सर्च के केस ऐसे एग्जामिन करे जिन ऑफिसर ने सर्च की है और जिसने अप्रूवल किया उनके सारे टेलीफोन एक हफ्ता पहले और एक हफ्ता बाद के, जैसे अरविंद गोयल में आया। आपको पता चल जाएगा कितना करप्शन है डिपार्टमेंट में। मैं ऑन रिकॉर्ड कह रहा हूं, क्योंकि मिस्टर मजूमदार हु वाज द चेयरमैन ऑफ द CIBC ऑन रिकॉर्ड सेट इवन आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट कि मेरे पूरे कैरियर में, ही इज फ्रॉम कोलकाता ओनली, ही हैड बीन हियर आल्सो, DRI आल्सो, ही सेड कि 5 से 6% लोग टैक्स को वायलेट करते हैं पूरी कंट्री में ऑन एन एवरेज। तो 5-6% के लिए आप सभी के यहां सर्वे कैसे कर सकते हैं? आप उनको पकड़िए, आपके पास मीन्स हैं। देयरफॉर बर्डन ऑफ प्रूफ क्या होगा, जब आप पर्टिकुलर केस लेके आएंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है। अभी मैंने फ्लाइट में केस पढ़ा, मैं बताना चाहता हूं आपको। एक सर्च हुई है हिमाचल में 2021 में, और वो सेटिस्फाई हो गए। 2023 में हफ्ते पहले CMD को फिर नोटिस दे दिया, आप आ जाओ। जब मैंने उनके पढ़े हैं, जैसे मैंने कलकत्ता में भी केस ऐसा कर रहा हूं, सुप्रिटेंडेंट ने ऑन द स्पॉट एक सम्मन इशू किया है, और सम्मन के अंदर लिखा हुआ है आई एम इशूइंग अंडर माई सील दिस सम्मन, और वो अपने जयपुर का एड्रेस लिख रहे DGCI का, और वो खड़ा हिमाचल में है उस टाइम, और उस पर सील भी नहीं है। अभी तो मैंने फ्लाइट में उसका DIN नंबर चेक नहीं किया, वो भी 99% बोगस होगा, आई एम श्योर, क्योंकि मैंने बहुत सारे बोगस DIN पकड़े। देयरफॉर ये बर्डन ऐसे नहीं कि आप उसके पढ़िए आप करेक्टली। अभी इतना टाइम नहीं है कि मैं इतने सारे एग्जाम्पल ये 26S के भी दूं, लेकिन लास्ट में एक वर्ड कहूंगा, जितने भी जजमेंट आए सभी SSC के फेवर में है, चाहे वो ट्राइब्यूनल हो, हाई कोर्ट हो, कि आप 26X और बैलेंस शीट के बेस पे कोई नोटिस नहीं दे सकते। तो डिपार्टमेंट हैज टू लर्न फ्रॉम दैट। इट इज नॉट दैट कि बर्डन मेरे पास है, मैं बता सकता हूं नहीं बता सकता हूं। एक मैकेनिज्म है लॉ के अंदर, उस बेसिस पे अगर इनकम टैक्स में मैंने सरेंडर किया 100 करोड़ रुपए, उसके बेसिस पे भी आप सर्विस टैक्स नहीं मांग सकते। द लॉ इज टू दैट मच, and that is the ruling of the courts, not is the ruling of JK Mittal. Therefore one will learn कि law बनेगा, law की interpretation आएगी, ultimately settled होगी कोर्ट से, one has to follow that. तो मेरे हिसाब से आपको डरने की जरूरत नहीं है बर्डन के लिए। अगर नोटिस आएगा तो डिफेंस करने के बहुत सारे उपाय होंगे। थैंक यू।
अब कोई नोटिस नहीं आएगा, I'll just supplement. अब कोई नोटिस नहीं आएगा। I'm so मतलब I'm not glad we are having this discussion now. The last chunk of those thousands of show causes were issued sometime by the end of July 22 when the last date ended. So you have already got those show causes. So we are having.
So there are many other issues which are now in GST for which we are getting so many show causes.
See, I think you must understand one thing, what Mr. Mittal said. If there is a bogus DIN which has been discovered, you must flag it to the highest levels. This is the worst offense which can be made by any officer. And the onus depends on everyone. It's a very easy way. You can tell your clients, बाकी mistakes उनसे होती रहें, you can cover them as maybe inadvertent after seeing them. Getting a bogus DIN is a cold calculated thing. It cannot happen on its own. So to that extent, what the discussion, what Mr. Mittal supplemented it, and I think this thing about income tax law being different and what you surrender probably had an echo while money was not being treated as a thing in the Goel judgment of the Delhi High Court, where it's not meant for any proceeding, means like in customs, goods is money anyway. So what you can understand is the difference and the pitiable condition I am in today. You can, Mr. Mittal can, as an independent person, he can easily follow the conscience which he has, question the law, the manner in which it is framed. You can, taking inputs from your clients, propose as an association the manner in which law is framed. Probably it's not workable, it's going to lead to implementation problems, we are going to take shortcuts, or it's just outright draconian. I do not have that luxury. On the contrary, if I try to be even half as professional as you, I'll end up supporting something you all are opposing. I think we can end it there. Thank you.
I'm afraid this brings us to the end of our technical session, and I request CS Surbi to kindly come ahead and propose a formal vote of thanks, please.
Thank you, Shivani. I'm honored to be given the opportunity to offer a formal vote of thanks on behalf of ACAE Chartered Accountants, CP Study Circle of EIRC. Well, at the outset, I offer my gratitude to Ashish Chandan sir and also to J.K. Mittal sir for highlighting both the sides of the coin, both the sides of GST enforcement. We have heard it from the government's perspective and as well as from the assessor's perspective. So, well, I would like to say that there was a line that was quoted by Mittal sir, that law is never good or bad, it's how it is enforced. Well, yes, how it affects all of us being professionals of representing the assessees, how it impacts us, and it has been very well discussed by you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for enriching us with your depth knowledge in an impeccable style that you have. And I also thank Ashish sir for representing the government's view on how enforcement department works and how it is important for them to abide by the law. It is their duty and how it is affecting us. I thank all the dignitaries and all the delegates to be a part of this session. And now I request all of you to join us for lunch in the adjacent hall, and our next session will be starting by 2:15. Thank you.